Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. Here's a recap of our top stories from the week.
The Helping Hand Society raised over $140,000 on Saturday during the annual telethon. This year, the telethon was held at the former Quality Beverage Distributors building on South Poplar Street in Hazleton. The Helping Hand Society is a nonprofit organization that provides educational and therapeutic services to children with special needs. The telethon ran from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. and was broadcast live on WYLN. The broadcast featured live music and dance performances as well as interviews with families and community members personally impacted by the Helping Hand Society over the years. In total, the telethon raised $140,558. All of the proceeds from the event will benefit the Helping Hand Society. If you missed the event, the telethon can also be viewed on the WYLN TV 35 YouTube channel.
Luzerne County has officially signed an agreement to form a partnership with Luzerne County Community College. The official signing event was held at the Luzerne County Courthouse on Monday. Under the new agreement, Luzerne County Community College will be providing educational opportunities for county employees at a reduced price. We spoke to Luzerne County Manager Romilda Crocomo to learn more about the program.
So what we're going to do is we're partnering with the Luzerne County Community College. They pay 25% of the tuition. We pay 25% of the tuition, and then our staff members only have to pay 50% of the tuition. I know people are going to say, well, what do you do if they don't finish? But we have arrangements because we do this with other universities, especially with our human services, but we have arrangements that if they don't fulfill going to the class or fail the class or leave the county, then they pay the county back. And we have recouped monies in situations like this.
Crocomo said the initiative will be beneficial to the county in a few different ways.
This is really great. We have staff members who want to learn skills, and then they bring those skills back to the county. And the community college has agreed that if we have specific courses or classes or areas that we want staff to be educated on, that they will create that for us. So this is a way not only to attract new staff members, but to keep the ones that we have.
In a statement, Luzerne County Community College President John Udichak said the community college is fully committed to being a workforce development partner with Luzerne County and hopes the program will help to establish a stronger workforce that can better serve county residents. Firefighters also responded to a house fire on West Green Street in Nanticoke on Monday, June 23rd, around 5:00 p.m. The fire burned through the first floor into the basement of the residence, and 3 people were displaced from the home. 1 firefighter was sent to the hospital for injuries relating to the fire. His condition is unknown at this time. The fire, along with the extreme high temperatures and humidity, made the task especially dangerous for the firefighters at the scene. As a considerate gesture, community members and volunteers provided water, fans, and popsicles to the first responders at the scene. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Ryan and Isabel Vincent of Plymouth are facing charges after police say their child was found naked and covered in human feces. According to Plymouth Borough Police, officers were dispatched to the area of Barnes Street Park on Saturday, June 21st, for reports of a naked juvenile walking around alone. Upon arriving at the scene, police confirmed that the child was alone, naked, and covered in dried human feces. Police say the child's parents, Ryan and Isabel Vincent, were located at their residence in the 200 block of Orchard Street, which officers described as having a strong odor of extreme filth. According to police, the residence was littered with dried human feces, half-eaten food, dirty clothes, trash, and broken items. The parents were taken into custody and have been charged with child endangerment. Their bail was set at $50,000, and the residence has been condemned and declared unfit for human habitation. A woman rescued from her burning residence on Tuesday has succumbed to her injuries. According to officials, Rebecca Kowalski was trapped in her home on Payne Avenue in Kingston when firefighters responded to the scene on Tuesday morning. Crews were able to remove Kowalski from the structure, but she later succumbed to her injuries after being transported to the hospital. Kowalski's family has started a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral costs and for the family to relocate after the fire. To donate, you can visit GoFundMe.com and search for Support Emily's Family, Rebuild and Recover. 2 other people from the apartment building have also been displaced and are being assisted by the American Red Cross.
The identity of the victim in a deadly Hazleton shooting has been released. According to officials, 30-year-old Jeriz Sanchez Alveraz died on May 25th during a fatal shooting at the Sazon Latino 2 restaurant on Alter Street. Police say Sanchez was found unresponsive at the scene with multiple gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead at a local hospital despite life-saving efforts. A second male, whose name has not been released, was also found with a gunshot wound in the left knee. Following an investigation, police identified the alleged shooter as 26-year-old Jose Sandoval Perez. Perez is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility on charges of recklessly endangering another person, carrying a firearm without a license, and theft of a firearm. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for July 18th. Officials say the investigation into the incident remains ongoing. A road in Wilkes-Barre has been closed after a portion of the street collapsed on Wednesday. According to officials, crews responded to the 200 block of Horton Street around 6 p.m. for reports of a sinkhole. Officials say a parked construction vehicle was nearly swallowed, but was able to be towed away intact. During a press conference, Mayor George Brown said the situation will take several days or weeks to rectify. Officials believe the sinkhole was caused by a buildup in pressure resulting from a collapsed storm line. Natural gas and water leaks were also reported in the area. Officials say the roadway will remain closed, and police will continue to patrol the area until the street is safe to reopen.
Coming up on Wyln News, we check in with PA State Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's weekly update. Plus, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Sunbury Part 4. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health. Investing in your well-being and building healthier communities because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Come shoot at White Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk about why pregnant girls should be under chiropractic care, and the infant, how the birth process could be traumatizing. If I had a dream, every new baby would get a chiropractic analysis to see if the spine is in alignment. So stay tuned for a great show.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hi, I'm State Representative Dane Watrow of the 116th Legislative District. I'm grateful to be your voice in the state capitol. And one of the things I've been working on is my bill, House Bill 17, which would make sure all kids learn how to write cursive. People talk a lot about how school has changed. Some kids aren't doing as well on tests, and it can be harder to get ready for jobs or life after school. My bill won't fix everything, but I believe learning cursive in school is still important. Writing in cursive helps your brain remember things better and can make your hands stronger and more skilled. A lot of old letters and historic documents are written in cursive. So if you know how to read it, you can learn more about the past. Cursive is also still used today when you sign your name on important things like checks and legal papers. House Bill 17 is about giving students another way to learn, express themselves, and do well in school and life. My bill was recently moved out of committee, and I'll keep working to get it to the governor. If you want to follow my bill, you can check it out on the Pennsylvania General Assembly website. I'll also be sharing updates on my social media and in my weekly roundup emails. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joined with Dr. John.
Hey Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, fantastic.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. We're going to talk about the potential dangers of energy drinks because there's a lot of caffeine in those things, and caffeine gets you through the day, but too much could be a very bad thing.
We do about 10 CDL driver exams a day anymore, and a lot of these CDL drivers drink energy drinks because they want to stay, especially the young people, they want to stay awake for 10, 12 hours, but there's a lot of sugar, a lot of caffeine, so if you read the label, for 5 hours, Ryan, it gives them that rush, but then after 5 hours, just the opposite. The whole sugar, and then they take another one and another one, so a lot of them develop high blood pressure, even diabetes from all the sugar in them. So I tell all my drivers, stop drinking them. If you have to drink one coffee in the morning or, quote, pre-workout before they go to the gym, have one coffee of caffeine just to get you going, but no energy drinks. People are spending $10, $12 a day, and I have to tell them financially, if you want to get ahead of the game and you're 24 years old, stop buying energy drinks. You don't need them.
Yep, especially because, like you said, high blood pressure, it's very dangerous.
It is.
So I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on this Feel Good Friday, and we'll see you next time.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when two healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More access, more doctors, more convenience. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together for the future of care.
Cooking rice just isn't nice. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it. The secret is Perfect Cook technology that surrounds the rice with controlled heat for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve. It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed. And rice is just the beginning. Make mac and cheese, frittatas, oatmeals, soups and stews, even ramen dishes. And with a ceramic, ultra non-stick interior, cleanup's a breeze.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system with the steamer tray and 1-2-3 recipe guide, all for just $39.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. We'll even ship your entire order free. Order now.
1-800-640-8545. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
Moviegoers in Sunbury had several options to watch movies at. The larger of the two movie houses in town, with seats for just over 1,100 patrons, opened in 1910 as the People's Theater on Market Street. Its name changed to the Strand Theater in 1919. The theater was doubled in size in 1928, and exquisite Spanish architecture was added. Another enlargement was undertaken in 1951, and a larger screen for CinemaScope films was added in 1953. June 12, 1980 would be the day of the last picture show at the Strand Theater, which fell victim to the rise of shopping mall cinemas. An electrical warehouse now stands at its location. A second Sunbury theater opened in 1911 is the Victoria Theater. With a capacity of 470 guests, it originally showed silent films. In the early 1930s, its name was changed to the Rialto Theater. A new screen was added in 1934, and shortly thereafter it was bought by the Comerford amusement chain. Another extensive remodeling took place in 1957. In its last years, the Rialto was not a successful theater, and it closed temporarily in 1958, 1974, and 1977. The curtain came down for the final time in the Rialto Theater on December 27, 1978, when a frustrated janitor lit a broom on fire and hurled it into a closet, which soon set the entire theater ablaze. 3 months later, on March 15, 1979, another fire broke out in a rear garage, which was also later ruled an arson attempt. An adjoining church and furniture store were also damaged in the second fire. Deemed in too poor condition to salvage, the Rialto Theater was torn down in 1980. 1915 sees B. Frank Bastian open a bakery on Court Street. 5 years later, he would enter into a partnership with Benjamin Apple to open Buttercrust Baking on North 11th Street. The bakery would quickly take off, selling breads such as Wholesome, Milano, Buttercrust Country, and Roman Meal. Buttercrust would prove to be an innovative bakery. It was the first to use unleavened flour, which was the first bakery east of the Mississippi River to offer sliced bread in the 1930s, and the first in the eastern U.S. to package its bread in cellophane wrapping. Buttercrust Baking was purchased by Sara Lee in 2006, and then again by Bimbo Bakeries in 2010. The bakery closed in 2017. A notable pharmacy chain would get its start in 1920 when partners Scott Ray and George C. Derrick purchased the former Kelly Drugstore at 430 Market Street. The very first Ray and Derrick drugstore would soon open that location, and in the decades that followed, even more stores opened throughout Pennsylvania, expanding deep into the coal region, Poconos, and Lehigh Valley. At its peak, there were 134 Ray and Derrick drugstores in the chain, dispensing medicines to those who needed it. The chain was purchased by People's Drug in late 1984, but would be kept largely intact by its new parent company. The end for Ray and Derrick would come when People's Drug was itself purchased by CVS in 1991, after which the latter converted all remaining Ray and Derrick stores to the CVS name. Throughout all this time, Sunbury had to come to terms with frequent flooding. The Native Americans that once lived in the site had said that the Susquehanna would flood Sunbury roughly every 14 years, and often they were proven correct. Previously, there had not been enough money to deal with the issue, but a massive flood in 1936 in which the river rose nearly 27 feet and caused $4 million worth of damage proved to be the impetus to finally get something done. Congress allotted funds for the construction of a flood wall in town, although the Army Corps of Engineers soon determined it would take 10 times that much to build a properly effective flood wall. Funding issues in World War II delayed the start of construction until 1946. Even then, problems would plague the project. Budget cuts, local opposition, quicksand, fires, and rats fleeing the riverside boroughs infesting the town. Eventually, however, the flood wall would be complete in 1951, having passed a preliminary test in November 1950, when what had been completed by then successfully held back an 18-foot-high flood. It would get its biggest test in 1972 when Hurricane Agnes's waters crashed down Pennsylvania. The floodwaters came within 2 inches of the top of the wall, but it successfully held. Today, the flood wall still stands guard over Sunbury, keeping it safe from the river's rage. Organized baseball had first been played in Sunbury around 1887. Other teams would come and go over the years, including the Sunbury Senators of the Central Pennsylvania League, which moved from Mifflinburg in 1938 and stayed in Sunbury for 3 seasons. In 1945, Memorial Park Stadium was built on Jefferson Street, and the New York Yankees replaced one of their farm teams in the Class B Interstate League in Sunbury. Despite not doing well in the field, the team attracted over 100,000 fans in each of its seasons of play. The Cincinnati Reds took over the franchise in 1948, changing its name to the Sunbury Reds accordingly. This affiliation lasted 2 seasons, at which point it switched to the Philadelphia A's, in which legendary manager Connie Mack's final season charged the team. Although Mack did not arrive in Sunbury during the 1950 season, he had come to town for games in previous seasons. Willie Mays, however, would appear in Sunbury in 1950 as a member of the Trenton Giants. Future Hall of Famers Nellie Fox and Robin Roberts would also play in Sunbury, on Lancasters and Wilmington teams respectively. The New York Giants took over the Sunbury squad from 1951 to 1952. Organized baseball's final stand in Sunbury would be in 1955, when the Piedmont League's Sunbury Redlegs called Memorial Park Stadium home. When the Piedmont League subsequently folded, so did the Redlegs. A wise market now stands on Memorial Park Stadium site, although some of the facility's bleachers, fences, and ticket booths were purchased by local high schools for their own use in the following years. For fans of basketball, the Sunbury Mercuries took the court at the old Sunbury High School gym beginning in 1947 in the Eastern Professional Basketball League. They would be a staple of the league for the next 24 seasons through 1971, facing off with such squads as the Wilkes-Barre Barons, Wilmington Blue Bombers, and Allentown Jets, and winning the league title in 1951. Among the Mercury's more notable alumni were Philadelphia radio announcer and Summer Basketball League founder Sonny Hill, legendary NBA coach Jack Ramsey, and longtime Detroit Pistons general manager Jack McCloskey. As the decades passed, local leaders saw the benefit using the Susquehanna and surrounding woods for recreational purposes. Shikellamy State Park was created by the state in 1960, with its centerpiece being the overlook across the river from Sunbury, affording those standing there a tremendous view of the town. It had been the site of an observation tower built by local eccentric John Mason that stood from the 1840s to the 1860s, and later where a hotel had stood from 1894 until it burned down in 1898. The marina across the river in Sunbury was added to the state park in 1972. Meanwhile, in 1969, crowds would gather at the river's edge for the dedication of the world's largest inflatable dam. Originally called the Sunbury Faber Dam, it was the successor of an earlier dam, the one for which the neighboring town of Shamokin Dam had gotten its name, that had been destroyed in the 1904 flood. The current dam is composed of a concrete base attached to piers and rubberized fabric bags that, when inflated, close off the flow of the river's water, creating the 3,000-acre Lake Augusta, which is available for boating and other recreational activities in the summer months. In 2001, the dam was renamed in honor of Adam T. Bauer, former chief clerk of the State House of Representatives at the time of the dam's construction.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.